Hi everyone, I'm Kenneth, and this is my community walkability audit for Isaacs, ACT, a suburb I live in and know quite well. This short presentation is about how walkable Isaac really is, and how its layout, paths, parks, and local shops affect how we move, connect, and stay healthy. I'll walk you through a detailed audit of my local area, Isaacs, in the ACT, to evaluate how supportive the built environment is for health, well-being, accessibility, and social engagement. Isaacs is a pretty quiet suburb with just under 2,400 residents. The median age is 49, so it's an older population overall, and most homes have two cars, which makes active transport important to balance things out. It's leafy and peaceful, which is great, but I wanted to see if it's generally walkable in a way that works for everyone, not just the young and mobile. Here's a map showcasing my audit route, covered approximately around 5.4 kilometers across Isaacs, beginning in the Hanson Circuit, where I live, and extending through several local streets, including Julia Flynn Avenue, McLagan Street, and Chapel Crescent. I also walked through key green spaces, including Tilly Park, Spoonville, and up to Isaacs Ridge Nature Reserve, finishing at the Trig Market Lookout. I used the Hart Foundation's Community Walkability Checklist to evaluate elements such as pedestrian safety, footpath conditions, environmental comfort, public facilities, and access to food and green space. My first stop was the local Isaac shops. They're handy. There's a bakery, takeaway, and a small grocer, as well as a judo place. But options for fresh food are limited, especially if you're walking and don't want to drive to a bigger supermarket. Livability research shows that having healthy food within walking distance is a key part of a walkable neighborhood. So that's an area where Isaacs could improve. I'd say that Isaac Shops tries its best in ways to keep itself very vegetated, as you can see in the image above. This is Isaac Shops during the summer, where there are places for people to sit down and talk during as there is shade. And there is a cafe within the place known as Pine Cafe, places for people to grab a bit of lunch, breakfast, and just have a good time and go on a merry day. The place was a bit cold this morning, so this is just a bit of a playground that's next to my house. I will show you guys the rest of it throughout the day. I'll take a break. See you in a bit. After taking a break and coming back outside, sun's out, everything looks good. Showed you around the house from the outside, showed the streets, and yeah, we began walking down the street, showing you whatever I could show you, showing the manhole covers, showing you the sewage systems, drainage basins, street lighting for later in the night, vegetation is usually kept everywhere. So footpaths are mostly in good condition. They're wide, smooth, and there's plenty of tree shade on residential streets. That made a big difference on a sunny day. But I noticed right away that some crossings don't have curb ramps, which isn't great for anyone using a wheelchair, pushing a tram, or with limited mobility. Residents usually have a lot of pets, and during those time of the day, they take them for walks. And during this walk that I was on, I ran into this cute dog that I saw. Decided to be very playful. As you can clearly see, it decided to jump on me, give it a big play. Said hi to the neighbor, said goodbye to the dog, and continued on my other walk. I continue to show you the lush area of Isaacs, which I truly say that Isaacs truly prides itself on. The streetlights are all in good condition, same as the footpaths, as I said before. As I showed you the gas directions, knowing where gas is able to pass through, which is a good indicator of allowing people to know in case of anything. Good sewage systems in case of flooding. So there's never really any high chance of flood, as rain can easily seep back down there. As I continue to walk, we're heading in the direction of a playground. Places for where kids could play, have fun, place for where parents could gather, talk, do all sorts of things that they're interested in, things that keep kids fit, things to gather together as friends and family, or you could even walk just down there. There's a lovely walk path through these wonderful flowers, and also a bike lane as well. So these are the many things of Isaac which I do truly appreciate. Onto the streets. One thing that stood out to me was traffic calming. Some areas like Julia Flynn Avenue could really benefit from speed humps or race crossings. Without them, it feels less safe, even though traffic is light. And as I mentioned before, missing curb ramps might seem minor, but they can make a huge difference in whether someone feels confident walking in an area. But other than that, I'd still believe the footpaths are right. As I've shown you, there's even a little park area here where people can sit down and talk, shaded perfectly nice for if you want to be out here during the summer. It's a good place to have kids, fun. There's walkways everywhere. There's nothing really of big issues that I could say apart from the curb ramps, which I have mentioned before. It is a good time for, especially the time I went for a walk, for people to go out walking, which you would usually see a lot more people walking here throughout the day. Isaac's transport system is actually quite good. There are bus stops scattered all across through Isaacs, and they are all a 3 minute walk between each one. So even if you do feel like you'll miss the first one, will have a chance to get the second one. Isaac's bus stops are covered, shaded, protect you from rain, and they have benches so you can sit with for the bus. And I think a bus comes every 15 minutes, 20 minutes. One of Isaac's biggest strengths is his access to nature. The walk up Isaac Ridge is absolutely beautiful. You've got fresh air, great views, and the reserve is right there, walkable for most homes. And green spaces like this aren't just nice to have, they're really important for mental health, relaxation, and encouraging physical activity. According to Arundel and others, suburbs that integrate nature will tend to rate higher for livability. It's a pretty nice walk, it's pretty steep, but can't complain. Good for the cardio, keeps your legs burning, keep you fit. Come with me as I climb through this mountain, go on this hike. I will probably speed run through this so that I can show you the top. So I will meet you guys at the top. Okay, we're at the top. Sun's out. It was quite a walk, but it was quite nice. I enjoyed it. Here's some nice views. Felt like I could see all of Whitlam, see all of other places. I see Telstra Tower. It's quite a nice, beautiful view. Nice scenic routes as well. It even has the trig marker, which is a landmark part of the mountain of Isaacs. It's pretty nice, good place to be. Come here with friends, just enjoy yourself. And as I'm walking back down from the mountain, I'm just showing you the other aspect from the other side of the mountain. Still luscious, still good. It was just an amazing view. I don't know if that's due to my phone or it's just the amazing view that I've seen, but I really enjoyed myself while I was going on this hike. It was tiring at first, but eventually the more you do it, the more fun you'll have. Anyways, I walked back down, came out through there, came back out to this other side of the suburbs of Isaacs. It was pretty nice, pretty fun. Here are some pics I took from the hike. I believe this hike kept me quite fit, kept me mobile, tired at the end, but wouldn't mind going again. Overall, Isaac scores well for green space, footpath quality, and general comfort, but there are a few key areas where it could lift its game. More curb ramps for accessibility, speed calming around key pedestrian areas, better access to fresh food, shaded social spaces near community centers or the shops. There are a few playgrounds and parks like Tilly Park and Spoonfield, but there's not much in the way of shaded seating or small gathering spots near the shops. The suburb doesn't really invite you to stop and connect with others. That matters, as research shows that well-designed neighborhoods don't just help us move, they also help us connect. So, can you walk here? Yeah, you can, especially if you're fit and mobile. But if Isaacs wants to be more inclusive, it could really benefit from a few small changes that would make walking easier, safer, and more social for everyone. Above me is the references that I used for this presentation. Thanks for joining me on this walkability audit. I hope it gave you some insight into how our local spaces shape how we live and stay well.